Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is the breeder box that's in my 20-gallon long aquarium. I put this in about a week ago for this pregnant female guppy here. She was really huge. Looked like she would have a ton of babies, yet there's only 12 in here. She had about 15. After a week there's 12 remaining. After I put her in here, she had a fry, dropped a fry immediately, and then that same night I noticed a second before. I checked it the next day, and then there was about 15. So of the 15, that is one that deceased right there. And there were a couple little ball blobs, like underdeveloped embryos, which has happened previous times I've put a guppy in a breeder box. Have had that. But one thing about guppies, and I believe might be the case here, is superfetation. So I believe she's still pregnant even though she dropped this batch of fry. So superfetation is getting where you can, some guppies can get pregnant while they're pregnant. So I think she has, after dropping this batch of fry, she still has an other batch of developing offspring, like overlapping gestation periods. So I, just for the hell of it, I thought I'd put them in here. When I do a water change tonight, I'm going to take the female out and just leave the fry in here, clean it up some, and do a water change. And I'll probably leave the fry in here for a little while so that once the males start coloring up and developing, I can keep them separated, because I want to keep some virgin females for some breeding projects that I have in mind. So looking in here, like the Guppy Endler hybrids in here, this whole colony started from her. I put her in here when she was pregnant from another tank, and she had all these fry. At the time, I intended to separate some virgin females, but I never did get a chance to do that, so I just left them all in here to colony breed. And these two, this yellow and this blue Endler, those are the only two that have been added that weren't her offspring. And there's one right there that I wanted to point out. So this Guppy Endler I'm liking. It is kind of plain. This is one of two that are actually kind of like this. But I like how it has that lateral line and dots on the tail fin. If I can find the other one that's looking like that, I'll point it out. As my cat comes in the way. Okay, there it is. There's the other one right here. So see how this one has more like dots on the tail. I'd love to see it if it could develop a pattern like that, where it has like 3 dots on the tail, like a top, middle, and bottom with a lateral line, and then it has the bit of a orange color there. It's kind of like the color of the lamb chop raspberries that I have, like the raspberry SBs or SBIs. But compared to other guppies or guppy hybrids, this one is kind of plain. I think I just lost it. But yeah, there it is. But it's kind of like a wild guppy, and I've been kind of partial to those. So here's my 40-gallon community tank, one of my 40-gallon tanks. It's like these raspberries, that's what I was talking about. Like, I kind of dig that color. If I could bring it out in that guppy, it would be cool. So yeah, that's one thing that I would like to do. I've never really attempted to develop a strain or to cull offspring. I just always let them colony breed. But it's something I'd like to try. And I don't know if I'm going to really be able to dedicate time to do it right now. But in my fish keeping hobby, that's something I want to try. Do some selective breeding. Whether I can find the time now to continue with it, to develop offspring, do select breeding, cull offspring, and select offspring to do it again over and over until bring out certain traits. But I intend to maintain this fish keeping hobby, pretty much forever, for the rest of my life, and that's one thing I want to do in the hobby. And there's the Anacharis. So again, this was pulled a couple stems out of another tank. I'm looking to just clip them and replant them, let them grow to reach the surface to fill in this tank with Anacharis. And then, yeah. So alright. Well, that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.